Hey, have you guys seen this? Play the clip.
There's several people that we all owe apologies to, and I'll put myself at the front of the list. But none more so than the apology that I owe to Kyrie Irving.
Stephen A. Smith just gave a heartfelt apology, acknowledging how much he wrongfully criticized Kyrie Irving during the pandemic. At the time, I remember those who follow the NBA or you follow sports in general, you stay on ESPN. At the time, it was the link up with Kyrie, Harden, and KD, right? They were doing the whole super team thing, and they were going to rival the feat of the one LeBron James. At the time, the mandates just dropped. They just dropped with the mandates during, that time period, and everybody was being restricted to do stuff at the time. And Adam Silver, the commissioner, was like, yo, y'all gotta have this. And Kyrie was like, nah, hold it down, standing 10 toes down, right? And Kyrie kept it P the whole time, and he decided not to go with the mandates.
But I watched a gentleman by the name of Dr. Anthony Fauci show up on Capitol Hill. And Dr. Fauci was up there, and he was testifying. He was appearing before the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee because they wanted to know specifically about his knowledge in regards to the coronavirus pandemic and what role he may have played, inadvertently or otherwise, in what ravaged this country and this world for over a year, if not longer. 1.2 million American lives were lost. Worldwide, more than 7 million deaths were officially reported. The World Health Organization estimates approximately 14.9 million excess deaths in the year 2020 and 2021 alone.
Hey, if you guys are interested in this content, drop a like on this video and hit that sub button. Back to the clip.
And while that stuff was going on, we saw Dr. Anthony Fauci essentially protected. We saw him essentially labeled untouchable in terms of questions or scrutiny or anything like that. We saw vaccine mandates and booster mandates and, distancing stipulations and mask mandates and all of this other stuff. And along the way, there were a select few individuals in the world of sports, especially, that stood up and said, nah, I'm not down for this. And it was people like me who were critical of him. In my case, it wasn't about the vaccine itself. It was about the fact that from a societal perspective, if we all got to deal with it, we all got to deal with it. And I looked at a willingness for one to sacrifice themselves for the betterment of the team, even though you thought something would be unhealthy for you, potentially. And I felt like it was worth the risk. I didn't want to take the vaccine, but I took it. Millions of other people didn't want to take the vaccine, but we took it. Why? Because there was a mandate that was handed down.
So if you're too busy to see the Senate hearing live, this happened like 48 hours ago. I recommend you watching it. It happened around 10 a.m. Eastern time. Definitely at that time, most people would be at work and all that. And if you didn't know about it and couldn't watch it on your phone, you probably missed it. But it's like about an hour long. Anthony Fauci, Dr. Anthony Fauci, he had to, sit and get grilled. They flamed him, but he has his pardon. Biden's order pen, Sleepy Joe's order pen. He got his pardon. So it's somewhat complicated because the argument that some of the senators were making is that, bro, you have a pardon, so whatever you say in here, you could admit to mad bodies. Nobody can do anything to you. But the fact that he is not talking, the argument is being made like, yo, you might get in trouble now because you're supposed to talk. You're supposed to, let go of the information because you got pardoned for it, and you acting like you disrespecting, you violating. So, there's an issue with that. But pretty much that's what Stephen A is responding to and reviewing and doing a reaction to that Senate hearing with Anthony Fauci, right? So as you can imagine, a number of persons aren't too fond of these recent details because this information was from, I'm not entirely sure how they got it. They got the information though from Anthony Fauci's diary. And that to me is my mad sus too. Like, bro, who is doing their diaries and leaving that joint available for someone else to see? Like, if you know, a lot of this stuff that you are allowed to see behind the veil and all that, it's like these people, they have their system where there's certain stuff they can't do without they tell you, right? So that's for my people in the know. Like, don't be too swayed. Don't feel like just because Fauci had to sit down and get disrespected for an hour plus straight. Don't feel like Fauci didn't put himself to be like a lamb to the slaughter to go through that. As I said, that's one of the things that some of these people, this could be a whole okie doke still, right? They got to let you know what they do before they do it or when they doing it. Something like that. Do your own research. I can't force feed y'all everything, right? So check out this part.
I looked at it as being selfish. And I watched Dr. Fauci on Capitol Hill yesterday. And the person I thought about most was Kyrie Irving. There were others. Aaron Rodgers, then of the Green Bay Packers. There was Novak Djokovic, greatest tennis player in the world. There was Bryson DeChambeau, golf extraordinaire. There was Conor McGregor of the UFC. There was Cole Beasley of the NFL's Buffalo Bills. There was Bradley Beal of the NBA. Jonathan Isaac playing for the Orlando Magic. Bradley Beal playing for the Washington Wizards. There was Kirk Cousins for the National Football League as well. The list went on and on. But Kyrie Irving stood out in my mind because of the heat that he was taking.
So basically, Stephen A., I gotta give him a round of applause. I gotta give, that pat on the back. Like, at least you acknowledge what you did that was wrong. Having a point of view, ain't nothing wrong with having a point of view. But the fact that, he was trying to diss Kyrie in public because of public media pressure, that's adding additional pressure to Kyrie. And I can't imagine, like, just think about it. If you are the head of your household, if you're the head of your household, right, and you don't get anything from the government is not giving you nothing. So I should say, for the most part, the government is not who's providing for your family. And then the government rolls up and say, yo, come do these mandates, come subject yourself to these mandates. As somebody who's holding down their families, like, and as a man, like, there's a certain level of testosterone where, we do not appreciate, and I'm going to assume this affects women too, but we do not appreciate you telling us what to do, bro. That's just it. We do not appreciate that. So just allow people to manage their home, manage their welfare. And that, was the major drawback during the mandate. So Stephen A., props to you, coming full circle, acknowledging what you did. And I feel like there's a blessing with that. A blessing comes from, that's accountability, by the way. And that's a whole other video. Some of y'all don't know nothing about that, right? There's a blessing that comes with taking accountability. I believe that strongly, right? So, by the way, like, don't be falling in love with Stephen A. all over again, though, because he has political aspirations. So yeah, he's coming straight out and saying this, but he can still have, his own axe to grind. He still has more than likely he still has his own ulterior motives why he's doing it. And it's probably not just content, straight up, right? So anyway, thanks for y'all time. Thanks for checking out the video. Remember to smash that like button. Check out a few more of my videos. I'll see you on the next one.